Started. Okay, so I got it through. Also, the questions, there's not as many questions either because it's stupid calendly. The good news is that website, I'm doing some adjustments with the form, like major improvements with the form. So hang tight with that, and so it should be a lot easier in the future to fill out and also more detailed as well. So, okay, so break me down. Let's just start with like what's happened since we've last talked because it's been a little bit. You've hit Diamond 2. What prompted the change? How's the change going? How did it feel hitting Diamond? What rank are you now? You told me you were playing a little bit of Sigma, and then now you're on Tracer. Like, where are we at now?
Plat 5.
Okay, Plat 5. So back in Plat, but you did hit Diamond with May.
Yeah.
So why no longer a May? Because you were like basically one-tricking the hero, and then
Um,
now.
right, because that's the issue. I don't feel like May is really a hero that I like feel great about one tricking
Mm-hmm.
was the issue. And then like my hero pool was like at the time May, Genji, and Widowmaker. And so when
Mm-hmm.
I hit Diamond 2 with May, like I could not play Widowmaker anymore. There's just no shot.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
Genji I was still okay at, but I don't know. I was just wasn't training the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't there. And so
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, let's switch it up a little bit, you know. And the other part of it is that I've played almost 800 games this season, so like
Goodness gracious.
yeah. I'm playing a lot, so I don't know. I feel like this kind of like keeps the burnout away a little bit
Sure.
doing this
Sure.
kind of thing.
Sure. Well, it's also like, I mean, I don't know how much you know about my Overwatch playing history, but it was basically one trick Genji. Oh, no, wait, I'm going to have to play tank. Oh, wait, I'm playing a lot of tank. Wait, now I'm no longer playing Genji at all. Now I'm playing a little bit of Mercy. Wait, I hate Mercy. I'm not playing any Mercy ever again. Now I'm playing Zenyatta. Zenyatta's fun. It's plat. Oh, no, I'm gold again because I'm not very good at Zenyatta. Oh, wait, now I'm going to pick up Winston. Winston, Ryan, Zenyatta. Then I got consistent, right? Winston, Ryan, Zenyatta
Right,
hero
right, right,
pool,
right, right.
right? And then I got to Masters, and I'm like, what is this hero pool? Main tank and Zen? What? I don't want to play main tank. So I dipped Winston Ryan, I pick up Ana Zen, I plummeted back to high plat, and then climbed all the way to Grandmaster. And now, like,
Yeah.
that's
So
just how it
so
happens, you
I don't
know?
know. I feel good about the Tracer. That's what I want to grind with now. Is like that's what I want my like one trick hero to be.
Okay, okay. So you like Tracer a lot right now. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What was the Sigma experiment about?
I felt like I just wanted to get like a different perspective on the game, like just like shift. I don't know. It helped me to focus on different things from what I was before, like see different parts of the game.
Okay.
And so what I learned with Sigma was like tracking enemy cooldowns was a big thing that was like super important for Sigma, and that I learned how to do from playing Sigma. I would
Interesting.
say
Interesting. Okay, okay. And then why? So you were considering tank play, or just you just enjoyed Sigma specifically?
Sigma and a little bit of Winston, but not much else. No.
Okay, okay. So then you just lost interest in tank and just decided to move on.
Not that I lost interest. I just I there were other like I don't know. I just wanted to do other things.
Okay,
Like it wasn't the most important thing to me.
okay, okay. And so now you are full on the
Oh,
tracer grind.
Discord's
Can you hear me?
not being
One,
great.
one,
Hold
two,
on.
three. I can hear you fine if you can hear me. One, two, three,
Hello?
four. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
jeez. Okay, yeah.
Is it bad?
All right, I'm just gonna stop streaming. That's probably part of the issue. I don't know what's going on there, but
Unfortunate, unfortunate.
whatever.
Okay. So you stopped the stream grind or the stream grind. What am I saying? You stopped the Sigma grind. And then you went
Hank.
full into trace right
No, Discord, please.
take.
Okay, I can hear you. Never mind.
Okay, we good?
Okay.
Okay, just let me know if
Yeah,
this if it
it's
starts
just
getting crappy again.
lagging.
That's unfortunate. You sound fine in my end. I can hear you fine. Um, so Tracer now?
Yeah.
Okay. Why Tracer? What, did you have any experience playing her before? Because like you said, Widowmaker Genji.
Oh,
So
jeez.
can you hear me now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything?
Never been so upset.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. Are we good now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We should be good.
All right. Okay. Uh, let's put this. When you pick up Tracer, you're putting time into Tracer. What was it about Tracer specifically that got you interested?
That's a really hard question. I just enjoy playing as Tracer. I don't know. It's
Okay.
fun.
Okay. What did you start putting more hours into? Is this something that a hero that you had in your back pocket even back when you were playing May, or what?
No. Nope.
So it's
Nope.
just a brand new. Just gave it a shot and like,
Yeah.
holy crap, this hero is fun.
And you'll see from I think I did pretty good for like a week of playing Tracer so far.
Okay.
I think we're up to a week.
Okay.
You can be the judge.
Okay. So
But,
very new. Very new. Okay. Fair enough. And is this a hero? Go ahead.
Like it's a hero that I've like been interested in, I guess, for a while, but there's just like this huge mechanical hurdle to like be able to play Tracer. I felt like for a long time, and like once I like got over that, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. Like then it became fun.
Okay. I mean, she is like ridiculously difficult. One of the probably the highest skill ceiling in the game when it comes to the hero cast. So yeah, but the hero's fun. The hero's good. I'm sure there's a lot of dynamics that might keep you a little bit more interested. In worst case scenario, you want your Tracer for a while, and then you rinse and repeat. We try something else, but overall, you're still learning at the game, still getting better mechanically.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really know what your long term goals. You just want to play Overwatch more. You know, like it says in your forum, Masters tier or whatever. But like, let's just focus on getting good at what we're doing right now.
Yep.
Looking through your form here. What do you feel is holding you back from improving mechanical skill? That one, I assume, is just to do with how fresh you are in the hero, and then lazy gameplay.
No, that I filled this form out when I was like on my hit scan grind or on my hit scan arc. Like, so
okay.
That's what that was for. I was like playing Ashe, Cassie, and Widowmaker because I was a Diamond 2 ranked player, but I just didn't feel like I don't know. I felt like tunneled into the Mei because I was forced to be because I wasn't good enough at anything else. So I was like, I have to fix this.
Right. Well, that's the problem with one tricking, especially in niche heroes. It's a lot of the time you're like, man, I'm not good on anything else. You know. Okay, makes sense. Let's see here. Okay, lazy gameplay. Elaborate on that one for me.
Yep. So that's what led me to do like focus on doing hit scan heroes is that I felt like a lot of the time I wasn't really aiming my shots and I wasn't like thinking while I was playing. So both the like hit scan and the Sigma was like just get a better feel for like actively thinking about what I'm doing while I'm playing the game mechanically and like decision making wise.
So you're just thinking more about the game playing the tank hero, and then with hit scan you're just focusing on your mechanics more, and then you're just not really playing the hero correctly, or you were not even thinking about your aim specifically either.
Wait, on which one?
With hit scan, like I guess we're talking during your.
I was focused mostly on like having intentful aim, like actually aiming my shots.
Okay.
And trying to keep in mind positioning and how that impacts like how easy it is to hit my shots and whatnot.
Okay.
But not focusing too hard on that.
Okay, makes sense. And then now where are you at with Tracer? What are some, like, you've only played a week, but what are some of the roadblocks that you've had with your Tracer play so far? Besides, I'm sure, the mechanical difficulty of the hero.
Yeah, I was gonna say pulse bombs, but
yeah.
My timing has been really bad because I've been trying to learn the mechanics and like being aware of like where my team is. Another thing I've found is like I don't know how like to engage as Tracer, right? I know I want to have all three of my blinks, but like a lot of the time I feel like I try to engage like facing somebody down and then I just get tapped by a Hanzo or something. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, GG.
Yep. Do we have some of that in the replay code you have for me?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll find out. I assume.
I played. It's from today, so
okay.
I should know, but
that's okay. That's okay. At least it'll be fresh in your brain once you actually look at it. So that's the hope anyway. Okay.
I'm surely it happens.
Okay. I don't know, mate. Like you know, we've talked about your training schedule before. How many hours?
Oh yeah. That's changed. That's changed as well.
Oh, okay. Well, what's changed about it?
I've moved from, instead of doing a daily schedule, I've moved to like a weekly
Okay.
schedule. So I do different things on different days of the week.
All right. So what does that look like?
So that means that like I'm gonna have a couple days where like I'm not really like trying super hard to like learn and improve at the game 2 days a week, but I'm still playing.
Okay.
And then there's gonna be 2 days a week where I do like self-VOD reviews, because that's been really wonky as well. Because like for a while you were like, oh, do the VOD review in the morning, and I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then the replay like viewer was bugged, and you couldn't do it until you play the game.
Yeah.
And then by that point, I just didn't end up doing it. So
Okay.
I've been really slacking on those. But this should help with that, because it's like 2 days a week.
Mhm.
And so it's just like predetermined. I don't know. It makes it easier for me to do things if it's
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because like just saying I'll do it twice a week, but not like
What days?
specifying which days, is hard for me.
Okay, so 2 days just playing for fun, maybe not even having any goals. 2 days where you're doing a little bit of self-VOD review. And absolutely, like, how much are you playing on those days when it comes to like ranked? How many games are you playing?
At least 8 games are ranked a day,
Okay.
no matter what.
Okay.
And then on the days like I have off work, I tend to play like 30.
Jeez, dude, a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing it better now, where I switch up role or I go on my Smurf account. But
Okay.
I don't know,
Okay.
it's because I want to stream and play all day. So.
Right. Well, here's what I would do is just just segregate. Like it's always the answer when it comes to playing. Like have a specific set of time for a couple of hours, like 10, 12 games where you're really giving it your all, and then just play for fun after that. Like you said, 2 days where you're just playing for fun. I mean, on the days, even when you're practicing, if you're playing past those 12 games or whatever, after that, it just becomes playing for fun. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if those aren't the specific days. Okay, so, okay, what else are we talking here? So you said 2 days you're having just for fun, 2 days you're doing VOD review. What are the other 3 days? Are those like the long grind sessions where you have goals and stuff like that?
Not the long grind sessions, just the like intense grind sessions, like with goals and focus and.
Okay, fair enough. On the self-VOD review days, I hope you're training like that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just like the 2 days where you're just kind of chilling, and the rest of the days of the week that you're playing. I think it's probably a good habit to get into.
And I'm moving to a 6-day stream schedule instead of a 7, because I don't know, it's too much for me right now.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I've literally streamed every single day since we did our last coaching.
Good gosh, man. How's it been? You enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not that much different from just playing most of the time.
Yeah. That's usually how it is. It takes a long time to build up a proper stream, unless you've got like some sort of a niche that hits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions? We can just get into the gameplay if you'd like.
No, not really any questions.
Okay, we've talked about a lot of the other stuff before already, so let's just get into the gameplay. So let's talk about Tracer some. So you are Suga, and this is a short VOD. We might have to steal another one later. We'll see how quickly this goes.
I got Oasis 2 times in 3 games, so
Weird.
if you want Oasis,
works for me. Okay, so what is Tracer good at? I mean, obviously, like you said, that you were definitely kind of struggling like how to engage as Tracer. So we'll talk
I
more
think
about that.
Tracer is good at controlling space. Like that's one of her strengths, and like taking duels.
Right, exactly. Okay, so how would that look versus the enemy composition? Who do you think you're going to end up shooting? Where do you think you're going to end up going? Now, this map doesn't have a ton of flanks and angles and things like that, but what
definitely gonna want to be shooting the VAP. I'm pretty sure it's like easy for me to get his cooldowns that way. Maybe the Ana. There's a little risk there, but.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Bastion's generally a safe target because I can just blink whenever he like tries to go in turret mode.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, let's see what you do. Now you talked a little bit about struggling with timing because like the mechanics of how to like play the hero and also like engaging.
It's just not what I was focusing on. So
right. Okay.
This game though, I was kind of, so it might look better.
Okay. And we'll bring up a little bit of everything and then obviously like try and streamline it at the end.
Okay.
So you have been focusing on what were you focusing on in this game or your games recently? What have you been focusing on?
So let's see. My notes here are check your timing and make sure you have 3 blinks to start the fight.
Okay, sounds good.
I think I do a lot of blink engages though, which I don't know if that's like worth it or not. That's another thing I'm not sure of.
So this is a weird one for me. Cause like, I ask you, why do you blink here? But I feel like it's probably because you're scared of Ana might sleep you, right?
I'm trying to bait
Right.
their cooldowns, and they're just like not looking at me at all. It was so
Right.
awkward.
I mean, you did get nade, and there's sleep, and now the Bastion's looking at you. This looks good to me. That blink I don't think was necessary. So
Okay, yeah,
I think like once you're
that's a big issue for me. Like after I engage, I use them unnecessarily.
Right,
like,
right.
A lot of the time.
I will say that this engage, especially for someone who's only been playing Tracer for a week, was timed well. Mechanics are fine. Target priority was mostly fine. This is
Yeah, there's some carryover skills I can use from Genji.
right, right. This is silly though. So like this is where like you're shooting
You
just for
think
the
so?
sake of shooting. Yeah, you're shooting just for the sake of shooting. You're not going to do any damage here. And the problem with this is that when you do things like this, like attention is a resource, right? So if you're
Yeah.
shooting the BAP right now, you're getting basically nothing on your return on your investment. But it's not just that you're getting nothing, because you might as well do like 10 damage, right? Well, no, because
So I should repeak them.
repeak these guys. When the problem is it's not just about you doing more damage to them. What if
Right, which I could have done if I didn't waste my
Is this
blink there.
Bastion right here? Is this Bastion behind you?
No.
Is this Ana flanking here and shooting you? Well, you say no, but you didn't know, did you?
Well, yeah, I didn't know.
And why and how did you not know?
Because I wasn't.
You're not looking.
Well,
you're not.
I don't
looking.
know. I can kind of hear them, but not really.
But you don't know for sure.
Yeah.
And if I turn up the audio here, let's turn up the audio.
Yeah. I'm.
There. Let's try this here, okay? I mean, I hear Bastion behind me right now. Now he doubles back.
I heard him to the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is kinda weird.
Maybe you're just next level. But regardless, here, your attention is a resource, right? So you need to be putting attention on targets like these, where you can actually do damage, and who can actually do damage on you. You know?
Right.
So just keep
Like,
your head about
okay.
it. You know?
Makes sense.
That blink is that's kind of like
Yep.
what we said about like
Yeah.
you
Yep.
started off, and I'm not gonna give you a hard time about it, because like clearly you put a lot of attention on making sure you had your 3 blinks, but then that blink there, and then this blink here, and it's like you should have 3 blinks right now, really.
Yeah.
I think you guys probably still win this fight. A little bit of Plat Magnet as well, by the way. So watch your movement right here. Plat Magnet is doing this. Watch your screen. You see?
Oh, yep. I'm moving in a straight line because it makes it easier to hit him.
Right, you're running towards him, and the ironic thing is it actually doesn't even make it easier. It's something subconscious in your brain that does it, but it does not make it easier. The best thing you could do here is actually just to stay at this range, because then your crosshair movement would just be like this.
Oh, you mean the moving toward? Oh,
Right,
No,
right.
the moving towards him is because I do more damage, right?
Not at this range, just the exact same.
So what's like the where does the damage fallout start? I actually don't know.
Let's find out. I could tell you probably off the top of my head at guess, but I don't want to do that. Let's just go find out right now. Because this is really important, right? I mean, obviously, further away is worse, generally, but at what point?
Right.
Okay, so 20 meters,
Yikes.
right? Not good. Okay. About, what do you say? What do you say? That's about 15 right here? Something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, okay. So 15 meters.
You can
All
ping the
headshots?
bot and it says the.
Ah, there you go. You know more than I do. Okay? Let's find out how many bullets exactly it takes. About 30. Alright. Now, let's do your little trick here, which is 14.
That's like against an Orisa hitbox.
Right. Definitely feels a little bit faster. Maybe it's just a little bit of confirmation bias here, but let's see. Let's just go down straight to 10 here.
Also, shouldn't you be aiming for the throat so that the spread hits more shots?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
We're just ballparking here. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. So if we aim for the neck, like you were saying, that's definitely right. That only took 20 bullets. Now what about 9? What about even 7? No difference. You see this?
Okay. So it's like 10 meters.
No difference. So it's about 10 meters. So it's about, let's actually try 11. Minor difference, but it's about 10 meters. Which for you,
Okay.
I mean, you can obviously just ballpark that based off of where you're looking. And these bots are obviously quite big. So,
You're an Orisa player.
basically, yeah. So, in this situation here, whoopsies. In this situation here, no reason, no reason to press W at all. In fact, it would make more sense for you to move this direction
because I'm in cover here.
Right,
yeah, I'm in cover here.
Right. It actually makes it easier to aim by avoiding pressing W because now you only have one thing moving on your screen.
Well, no. What I was talking about was if I move like if he's pressing like A and I'm pressing A,
you match
I don't
the
have to move
strafe. You match the strafe. Right.
Which I didn't even do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's okay. But this isn't bad. This has been okay. Huh. Damage boosted tracer. All right. Let's see what we got.
Full spawn blink.
So I like this. I like that you see the Winston jump in and you're like, oh, I don't want to shoot Winston bubble. Let me see if there's any follow-up. Now, Winston kind of feeds. There's actually no follow-up at all. But if there was follow-up, you were prepared for it, right? You didn't want to turn your back on what you assumed was a Bastion or a BAP or something behind him, right?
This looks kind of ugly at first, but it ends up being okay.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about this.
I didn't know the blink distance. I'm still learning.
That's okay. That's actually not even my major problem with this. My major problem with this is not the target, nor is it even particularly the timing. It's just a little bit spooky. So you talk a lot about
because if he turns on me,
well, yes,
it just cancels the pulse bomb.
Yes, kind of, sort of. It's more to do with your positioning here. So I'm not saying that this is a bad play. This is probably totally fine, but you need to understand the risks of this, just in case you get a situation like this again in the future. So you're a perimeter hero, okay? You're a fly, okay? You never want to be in the heat of the battle usually. You always want to be in the outside looking in, keeping all of your threats around you. That's why I had such a problem with you shooting the Baptiste here. Remember this? Because you couldn't see.
Wait a minute.
Now watch this.
I want to be on the other side.
I want you to see what this Baptiste and what this Ana can see. Do you see this?
Yep.
You can't see them. Now, you come in quickly and go in quickly, that's fine. But the problem is, like, if we draw, like, you see the problem here? You're sandwiched.
Right.
This is, let me be very clear. Again, this was not a mistake. This pulse one was good. It was good target, totally fine. Winston's in, totally fine with it. However, you need to understand that this is generally something you have to be very careful about because this is how you get shot.
Especially when I get high reload.
Right. These guys should be playing more aggressively here, to be honest with you. And then you would be in the middle of them with your back turned to them. So you would not see them. You wouldn't know. You might get slept, you might get shot, and so on.
Right. That's how I get my recall forced all the time.
Right. So we'll see if we can find some other examples. That one was fine, but just something you have to be careful about. Meaningless, really, to be honest with you. Just like meaningless, you know. Just doesn't do anything. Like, you know where this fight.
So should I be like setting? I should be like setting up here with my team.
Right. I think where you're at here is probably fine. There's not a lot of good angles. You can also come up from under here and hide and wait, and then try and go around behind here. You can also set up in here, right?
Yeah.
You can also set up. It's a little bit riskier, but if you have time and they can't see you, you can set up here. Or
like I should never really be like looking to poke them and blink back to my team. I should just like set up in a good position for when the fight starts.
Exactly. Now there's not a lot of good positions on this map. This isn't a great tracer map, but yeah, this is fine.
That was a miss key.
Yeah, it happens. I'm not really concerned about stuff like that. Like I said, your blink distance, you know, fat fingering this, it's gonna happen. I don't really care.
I think I die for it. I should.
I will say this, like when this happens and you don't have your recall, Be very careful. I might even go all the way to this cover here into this corner here to be ready to disengage. Because especially again, like you look at the line where your team is fighting, your intention here is to hide, and then as they pushed into your team, you were there. What you've done here instead is you have actually taken this position, but you've shot. You see how you're breaking the line here? Like you are pushed in front of your team.
Yep.
And look at what is your Hanzo doing? He's taking some pot shots, yes. Reinhardt's doing nothing. Mercy's doing nothing. Ana's taking some pot shots as well, but this is you are very easy to punish here. This is actually something that I did a review on this recently with the Grandmaster Tracer player. They had the same problem here. Like the positions were good, but they were always like the context of the position was bad. Now obviously the fat finger and the recall makes this worse, but really
like it's the same thing as last time. I just need to be aware of like positioning, like where my team has the space.
Right. And to me, that's where like when we talk about timing, that's where good timing really comes from on defense, especially is knowing where my team is set up and setting up around that location. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if you were the attacking team, you would probably be like, the fight's going to happen here, so I'm going to go and set up really, really deep. I'm going to wait for my team to push, and then I'm going to push in. But for you on defense, it's more about where is the line? Like, where are we actually taking this fight, you know? And the problem is here, even if you don't die for this, because you've messed that up, you've really not been a factor in this fight, you know? Like, and look at where you're at right now. Like, this feels horrible, you know? Like it feels terrible. Like you've this is like, if we go back to like what we're talking about with the pulse bomb, right? The sandwich, right?
Right, I'm just like running away.
You're like smack dab in the middle of the entire brawl phase, whereas you would prefer to be either dueling these guys or on the flank over here or
right. I want to try to set up like towards the outside.
Right, you're a perimeter here, exactly. So
that's crazy.
Is this good? Oh, bless me. And this is again where like on a map like this you need to get creative. So like, okay, this lane is open, you should be taking this lane, setting up. Your Hanzo's clearing this lane, you should be helping him out on this lane, right? And then you can either abuse this lane or you can continue to rotate behind. Or if you have time and you want to go like super greedy, you can go behind like that. You see that? There's options here. A lot of Tracers just set up. It's a lot like Winston. You know, you're never playing for like one jump. You're playing to like slowly set up, you know? Like you're here now, but you're down one, so I just don't think it's gonna matter that much. You're looking for fools. I mean, this is reasonable. I think you do it really poorly timed. Like your Hanzo's already dead by the time you actually take a flank, right? But you do get on the perimeter, right? Which is what we want. I think you could have grabbed this mini here, and this would have been a very favorable duel for you. I think this would have been a better duel. And then again, we talk about pulse bomb, right? Do you see the problem here? Sandwich, remember?
Right.
You got to be really careful about this. You got to be really.
I should have just gone for it on the BAP, even though this one's easier to hit.
Probably gone for the BAP. Yeah, I think this is
I
fine.
Just
this is fine.
Kept the outside.
This might have been fine if you'd had recall, because you could have gone bam, bam, blink, and then like
right. Just recalled. Yeah.
Like because it's not bad to be in the middle of the enemy team. It's just bad to be in the middle of the enemy team for long.
I don't know. I guess my line here was like, if this Bastion dies to this pulse bomb, if I hit the Siki.
Right.
Then I'm on the outside behind the Ana.
Correct. But it's like I said, it's all about the time that you spend. So if you go in for this pulse here, it's fine. But then you gotta, like you said, you gotta quickly get behind and out and hide and wait. Right. Which, to be fair, you do. Right. This is what we want to see. Right. So you see the red and blue. You know.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what we want to be. You're on the outside. You flipped. You've pivoted. So now. The only thing I would say here is actually that I think you should have played this one a little slower. You get the kill.
Right.
Play
Just wait for my blinks.
Wait for your blinks, right. Play the cover.
I mean, I don't know. I was like, she's definitely taking damage from that, so like I want to check.
True. But check in the corner. Check in the corner, right? She's still got sleep there. Watch this. You know? That's the type of Ana that you're playing versus. You know? And so, like, obviously, as that changes, then this is not going to work.
Right. I see.
The theory of what you're doing is mostly okay. Just the execution is not very good. All right.
It could just be better.
Right. A lot of this is just going to come with more mechanical time, but I also think we can speed that process up a little bit.
Yep.
Again, setup, right? Where are you setting up? You gonna go back in here? Are you gonna go underneath? Are you going to hide and flank here? Or are you going to just sit here and just wait for the choke? It's not optimal, but it's something, right? Okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're not going to touch either way, but okay. Let's keep going. Do you have any questions so far?
Let's see. Not really.
Okay.
I'm still thinking.
For me, it's mostly I want to see how you're positioning around the perimeter, and I want to see how you're doing with your blink management. So I think I don't think it's been too bad. Yep, this is good. All about setup, right? All about setup. This offers you angles this way. This offers you angles this way. If you run into anybody on this flank, 9 times out of 10, it'll be a target that you could beat in a 1v1. So, you know, we love to see it.
So who can't I beat in a 1v1?
Roadhog.
Even with the nerf?
Even nerf Roadhog. I mean, it's just the self-sustain. Now, you can beat him in a 1v1, but he's unbelievably difficult to beat in a 1v1.
Yeah, it's just gonna take too long.
It takes too long, right? And there's just
I mean, like besides tanks, I guess.
Well, let's look. Let's look at the 1v1 list right here. Overwatch, heroes. You're not likely to run into a support on a flank. Baptiste can be problematic. Kiriko can be problematic, but they're not likely to beat you. Moira is a skill check. Ana is a skill check. Oh, well, Moira is a skill check, really. If you're good, you're going to beat a Moira every time. Unless she's in a small room with a orb. The supports you're not likely to run into on a flank. And if they do beat you, they outskilled you. And, you know.
Right.
Damage.
Because I don't know about Reaper.
All of them are just skill checks. All of them.
Really?
If you're good mechanically, if you're better than them mechanically, then you beat all of them in a 1v1. It's not.
Even Reaper.
Even Reaper. Reaper, you should be.
I just have to mind my range.
Well, your range and your blinks as well. If you dodge his shots and you're able to track and just blink, like it's really tough. It's really
Oh,
tough.
True. If I know when he's gonna shoot.
Right. You should always be like, obviously Sojourn will one-shot you, Widow will one-shot you, Spectre might hit you with an orb, but it's just a skill check. If you're better than them, then you will always win a 1v1. Always. There's no exception to that rule. And then even the tanks don't like 1v1ing you. Like D.Va can survive.
Right.
Ramattra can survive. Wrecking Ball, generally you guys just kind of ignore each other.
That one's kind of weird.
Yeah, but yeah, you're not really many heroes can beat you in a 1v1 at all. So it's good. We're talking perimeter, right? You know, this is what we want, right? This is what we want. You can either take this angle here, or you can wrap around and pressure backline. You can go break turret. There's a lot of things you can do from here. This is what we hate to see, though. And I know you're focused on mechanics there. You know, why? Why would you blink there?
Yeah.
He's not even looking at you.
It just makes no sense.
Right. Again.
And then I blink into the wall.
Right. This is why this hero is hard. Is because it's like you talk about mechanics, right?
I don't know. A lot of these times I feel like I'm using the blinks to cross gaps where like I don't feel comfortable standing or like walking.
That is
through.
a fair point. So let's look at this Let's look at this one right here. Like that right here. Do you see this blink?
Like
there?
even though no one's looking, I guess I should just be aware of who's looking at what.
Right. This blink is totally reasonable. Let's watch this one again. Not reasonable. There's no gap that you're closing there whatsoever. You should just be shooting. He's not even looking at you, right? Okay.
Let's get started. Stand behind me.
The enemy's got a turret.
Cover, right? Why? You see?
Yeah.
Just stand here, reload, peek again.
It just gets no value.
Peek, it just doesn't do anything. Now let me ask you here. Maybe that's okay.
There, I take him at a surprising angle. Like he's gonna be
and also
there.
this one as well. Do you see? You didn't want to stay here.
Right, the Bastion is shooting me.
So you go to cover. So that's okay.
And now I should wait for them all to come back up before I re-engage, right? Right?
Yes, you should. well, yes and no. Well, it depends on what your team does. Now, let me show you what your Reinhardt does.
Okay. Oh.
Right? He's a little dense. Okay? But like, let's say he had not died here and had shielded, you would have won. You would have actually needed to wrap around and clear this Kiriko up, right?
Okay. Because I don't need 3 to like challenge her. Maybe to kill her, but not to challenge her.
No. Your team was trying to push. You needed to help them. It's that simple.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I don't have to kill the Kiriko there.
Right.
I just have to make her back up.
Right. Use her Suzu, prevent her from healing, clear her out. I mean, yeah, mechanics, but I think our contribution this fight has been reasonable. And once again, you see how we're on the perimeter again, right? That's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah,
My only-
that's
right.
I
You see
need
that
to be,
you see,
like
you see
I'm
like,
not paying attention to it at all, but yeah, it happens.
You see like how uncomfortable this is right here.
Yeah,
Right
I'm like,
here.
okay, yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
there's
scary.
things
It's
I
so
wanna
scary.
get out.
So you're like, out,
Yeah.
get behind. Oh no, I don't want to be here. I want to be here. Right? It feels horrible. But you get out, right? You get out,
Yeah.
and then you reestablish on the angle.
And now I'm there.
Right. My problem here is I know that you're in a little bit of a rush to do something, but I
just need to be doing it from the start of the fight.
Right. Well, what I'm referring to is I do not like this here. There.
The
I don't
blink.
like this. You don't have your recall. You're only one blink now. You
Yep.
really need to be like just like you were fine. You could have walked like 1 meter.
Yeah.
And this is about 10-12 meters. You're fine here.
It's like the Widowmaker grapple thing, like walk
Right,
aggressively
right.
and then grapple out.
Right. It's marginally better than where you like. Obviously, getting here is better than getting here, but only slightly so. It's not worth the price of a blink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And blinks also have a tendency to snowball. This is something I realized in my last Tracer review, where having 3 blinks actually means that you usually have 4 or even 5 blinks because of the way they recharge.
Yeah.
Whereas if you only have 1 blink, either you only really truly have 1 blink or you only have 2. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because after you use these 2 blinks, you're done. You're toast. You're
Because
not
with
going to
3, I can like
Right.
with 3 I can stall until I get another charge.
Right, and you can solve it and get another charge and so on, right? So the more
Yeah.
blinks you have, the more likely you're able to get more blinks. The rich get richer. I don't like this. Sandwich
Yeah, 'cause
theory,
I'm-
right?
yep.
You're in the middle. So where I understand why you didn't want to stay where you were at, right? Because you were on the perimeter, but you're kind of out in the open, and the turret was shooting you. So then
Yep.
let's do a little bit of hindsight coaching here. Where should you have gone?
Like to the building thing in front of me.
Yep.
Yeah, there.
Yep.
Seems good.
Yep, exactly. And the funny thing is even if you mess it up, it doesn't mean it's over, right? It just means that you need to get there, or you need to find another space that's also like there, right?
Right.
So if you don't get there immediately, it's not the end of the world. Just get there at some point. Like right now, you can still get there, right? Or you could take an angles elsewhere. Let's see what we do. No.
Because I can outlast a lot of these other
Right.
characters.
Right. But I don't like this, right? So we're here, okay. Right? Take the 1v1. Correct?
Yeah, especially with it. Yeah,
He's on the perimeter. He's on the perimeter, you know? And instead, what do? We blink back into our team. Not only did we waste a blink
and
here,
I'm shooting him.
but we're back in the middle of our team. We're not pressuring the Torb. We're
Yep.
not helping our Ana.
And he gets that angle for free.
Right. This is good.
Excellent.
This is good. I don't like us being in the middle, but like that was good. Woo! Huh. A little bit of mechanics. That's okay. Let's keep going. Careful. Set up. 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 Like, I mean, I guess you're doing things, but like nothing's happening. Like, in fact, their ball goes in and somehow dies, but there's nothing really happening. So all that's gonna happen is you're gonna get cleared out here, I feel. Oh, maybe not. Maybe get a help. Yeah, that was just lazy. Let him in. Let him in. You want him in, right? You want him in.
Yeah.
Just hide. You know, hide in the staircase, or do this little skill check here, where you like may see if they don't turn the corner on you. You know what I'm saying? And you get a free clip in the back line. You know. No. Yeah, this is what happens when you lose your perimeter and you lose your discipline. Now you're up 2, and your Sojourn.
I was going for a pulse bomb.
Your Sojourn zooming in, but you just lose a little bit of focus, right? You lose a little bit of focus, you lose a little bit of scouting, and you get your head blown off. Okay. It's okay. Perimeter. Yeah. Perimeter. Cover. Careful. I don't know why you're running away here. I would stay here and just hide.
2 dead.
Well, but you still have point. And your Ana Mercy is still alive.
Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to get reviewed on this game mode.
I think as long as you don't die for it, I think it's okay to stall. I think sometimes even dying for it's okay.
Okay.
But either way, even if you are like, okay, the fight's lost, you should not be thinking about running this way.
Yeah, well,
You should think about hiding
really?
and running this way and setting up for the next fight. behind the enemy team. They don't have anything that can chase you. The ball can
Because
chase
then we'll
you.
be attacking.
Right. So you're gonna have to end up going in their backline again. So why are you running back into your team? Ironically, you're more likely to die doing what you're doing right now than you would be setting up for the next fight.
Yep.
Right? Damage one Kiriko headshot and one Bastion bolt, you're dead. Set up, flank.
Yeah,
The only-
Kiriko can headshot melee.
Yeah,
So dumb.
The only time that you should be here is because you would be utilizing your flank to go around up to high ground here, right? But
Right.
you're not doing that. You're shooting a ball. Fixing to die to Bastional. Your hero is not.
There was
good.
no way I died to that Bastion ult.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. Okay. Alright, careful, middle. Alright, let's take the flank, let's set it up, set up. Nah, it just doesn't matter. Like, all you're doing now is giving away your positioning and not setting up. Now you've taken damage, you've given away your position, they're hunting you down, your Ryan is in, and look at where you're at.
Right.
Man, this is bad. Now your Ryan is kind of
geez.
trolling the lobby, but like you could have been anywhere here. You could have been flanking from underneath here and helping with the Bastion. You could be applying pressure on this Ana from the flank. You could have been sneaking.
Like this is
and
when
then-
I want to be full resources.
Right, and going up and breaking turret and hiding and then blinking up on the Torb. You know, there's so many things you could be doing, but you don't have your resources. You're not set up. This is good. Nice.
Oh, I remember. I was trying to get pulse bomb there before the fight started. And then I wasted anyway.
Yeah, it's not the best use of your pulse bomb. He just has too much HP, you know.
Yeah, so how much shielding does he get when he hits the thing on 5 people?
500 HP.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah, he can go up to.
I didn't know that.
Pretty sure he can go up to around 1200, I believe. I believe maybe. Yeah, I think it's 1200.
Because he was like one shot. I'm like, surely he dies to this. I was like, he died. He's dead.
Yeah.
But no.
Let's
but no.
watch it. Let's watch it.
Five.
He slept. He has. You can see in the middle of his screen. You see the 3 right here. Oh, you can't see my mouse, but
Yep,
you see the 3.
yep.
Okay. So,
Let's see if he gets 5.
So gets down 4.
4. Ah.
232, 102, 94, and then he actually gets 5. I think he gets just 100 with nobody around, and then he gets an extra 100 for each target on. So maybe he gets 1300 HP. I'm honestly not too sure. Either way, that was 500 HP, and then the pump goes off.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure he gets to sub 50 HP. Yep, 29 HP,
Oh
24
man.
HP, 19 HP. It's a lot of ult charge for that enemy Kiriko. Let's see how much did she get out of it. Maybe he doesn't. He goes to grab the Mega. Okay. Either way. All right. It's okay. Set up. No. Set up here. Set up there. Go in here and hide. Go flank around behind again. You know, this map is actually pretty good for Tracer as opposed to the previous map.
Yep.
Like we're not really doing anything, you know. Like if you think about like
Yeah,
the last
that's what
two
the
fights,
ball wants, isn't
right,
it?
Right. It's like you. I mean, it's if he's low. I mean, this is fine. He's low. I think this is probably totally fine to do. But it's more about like leading up to this fight. What were you contributing? You've already lost your Sojourn.
Yeah.
You know, what did you do? Like now we're contributing something, but the first 10 seconds, nothing. Again, recall or blink. Excuse me. You see what's on your screen? You see? Ball rolling away.
Yeah.
Kiriko is not even looking. Kiriko is not even looking at you.
Just kill her.
Just keep shooting, and yet you blink into her crosshair.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I was like, since I'm reloading, I have to blink, right, guys?
Right. I mean, this is the tricky thing. Is like we talked about mechanics, right? There's really 2 types of mechanics with Tracer, and both are very, very difficult. Your tracking and your blink management. Your blink usage is very, very hard. Yeah, that'll do it. You know. Okay. Well, do we have time? Okay, we do have time. I'm gonna say, do we have time to touch? Obviously, yes. Wait. It never fails to surprise me how stupid Bastion players are. And I mean that in the most disrespectful way possible. Every Bastion I have ever played with uses their ultimate in times like these. I don't understand it. And it never works. I have seen, like, it's like 10% of the time does it ever get a kill. And it's always because the enemy team just goofed up. Like, does he just think that people are going to die to this randomly? I do not understand Bastion players. Some of the most densest people that are in the game. It just does nothing. Imagine if you guys, let's actually try.
I mean, I did actually die to a Bastion ult the other day because I was eating food while pushing a payload, but
Right,
like,
well, there you
that's
go.
circumstantial.
Imagine if this Bastion had ult like now and was hiding behind cover, and like turrets now, right? Imagine he like popped his ult like now, as his your Ryan's pinned in, and he Bastion ults your backline.
Man, I can't believe I missed that sticky.
Yeah, that Ryan just dies. Okay, so let's look at you, not the Bastion. Sorry, I got distracted here. Good cover usage. Perimeter, almost got it. I mean, the sticky still wins you the fight though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't sticky. It's
It
just a
doesn't
pulse
matter,
bomb.
but it doesn't matter. Watch. I mean, it does matter obviously, but watch. So you set up well by flanking, correct?
Right, it's still getting good value.
You timed it
I
well.
just wanted
Your Ryan is in with you. You pulse, so you don't quite hit it. You force sleep. You do damage. You force turret. Ana's low. Bastion and Ana both have to back off, and both die. Nice job.
Yeah.
Fight winning plays. Imagine if that Bastion had just like turret ulted and just ulted him, like his body, you know what I'm saying? That would have been hilarious.
Right, because it doesn't do damage anymore.
No,
It's
it
himself.
doesn't. Nice. There we go. That wasn't bad. Uh-oh.
I think the funniest thing I've ever seen, though, is Sigma's kinetic grasp eating Bastion ults gives him like
Yeah,
2,000
yeah.
HP.
True. Flank. Stop. Perimeter.
Right.
Perimeter. You're just.
There's just so much more of the
my
map
gosh, like,
than
look at that. You almost died to sticky. Yep, there you go. Perimeter. How did she even sleep you? I knew it. I was like, I knew something was off. There's no way this Ana hits the sleep dart. Yeah, she wasn't even aiming for you. She was aiming for your soldier.
I mean,
you
that's kind of valuable. I ate the sleep.
True. That was the move all along, right? Okay, so what are you seeing?
What am I seeing? Yeah, definitely the positioning, like keeping in mind I'm gonna be on the outside of the fight where I'm gonna be able to take those duels and where I'm gonna be able to, like, I don't know, get value out of my kit.
Sure. I think there's just so many fights
Because
where
I
you
have
just...
that's what I was talking about. Like, I have 150 HP. I just try to face people down like in the middle of the fight, and I just get rolled.
Right. So honestly, obviously, not surprisingly, considering you're new to the hero, a little bit of everything. But I do think perimeter and then setting up for the next fight, like whether you're on attack or defense, like think about like where are they gonna fight, where are we gonna fight? Let me see if I can set up a good angle or a good flank.
Because I get into it when I'm playing Tracer, and then I'm like, I just want to keep going, and I just gotta like chill for a minute.
Right. Invest that downtime into something that's gonna help you do more in the fight afterwards. Do you have another replay code? We might have time to look. We definitely have time to look at a little bit more.
Oh shit! I gotta launch the game. Yeah. Yeah, just a minute, I'll get one.
Sounds good.
Should I try to make it a short one, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter really. Well, if we just do a couple fights, you know.
I was really hoping I would get Ilios today, because I want to reviews on Ilios. I have like a 25% win rate on that map.
Do you want to pull up that map and just like roam around and talk about it?
Sure. You know what? Sure.
That might be helpful.
Cause like it's so weird how like gigantic the win rate disparity is on different maps for me.
Well, like, how many games have you played in Ilios on Tracer?
No, not on Tracer. I'm talking about overall. This is something
Oh.
this is something I stat tracked like it's the beginning of season 2.
Okay.
So
okay.
like back when I was playing May,
right.
and I had like a crazy win rate on Blizzard World. I still don't really lose on that map,
Weird.
but Ilios, terrible win rate.
Weird. Okay. So
Wait,
setting
where's the screen share?
You should be on.
I
Just
can't
click
see
on the and you know that you see like my image on Discord at the top of our like chat where it was click the stream, click on it, and it should like bring you out big picture, and then you can select the screen. You see it? If not, I can restart the call.
I'm confused.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
This,
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. It's not very intuitive. Whenever you
No,
stop streaming and start streaming,
wait,
it gets
not,
weird.
Wait, it's not working. It's just
Still not working?
yeah.
Leave the call.
Alright. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you have to like click on the thing with your mouse, and it's awkward. Okay, so let's all talk about setups, right? So like obviously, this is a pretty useful flank. The problem with this flank is often on first fight, people will meet you here, right?
Yep.
So you have to be really careful about that. You don't want to front line, you don't want to be sandwiched. So this is like an okay rollout. But actually, I think the better rollout here. Now, I'm not the guy for is knowing all the individual rollouts and secret strategies. What
I don't care about rollouts. I just want to know how to play the fucking map.
Right.
know?
So for you,
Something's not right.
One of the best. So I would probably recommend 1, 2, 3, and then you'll have your 4th blink by here. This is probably going to be your better rollout / your best like idea is to kind of control the side of the map here. Because from here, obviously point's not unlocked yet, but you get good scouting from here, and then you can either do one or two things.
go into those tunnels.
Right. If anybody is here, you control them. You can then flank around here. You could just kind of play from this side of the map, this flank, because you have really good vision, really good cover, and good flank opportunities as well. You can use this side of the map on rollout, but oftentimes, like you said, you got to be really careful, and then you're going to probably end up more often than not having to flank around behind here. I believe there's a way that you can get up on top there. I'm not the guy to be asking these things, but there is a way that you can get on top of the high ground here.
Yeah, there's a lot of these crazy blinks. I watched like the Fran or Kabaji.
There it is. Right there. You see that?
Yeah.
So it's the barrel. I don't know if you can do it without blink. I don't think you can. So.
Nah.
And then yeah.
Double blink.
Yeah, you'll need a double blink up there, and then you can also, I think, take the staging from here. I think. Maybe especially if the rails are on. Yeah, you can do it here, right? And then
wait, can you get there from the other
other high ground?
No.
From here?
From the where you're jumping on the barrel, right?
Right. Okay,
and then you jump up to that. Yeah, not from the barrel, but from the thing on this thing.
Yeah, you can. Just one blink actually. Yeah. And then another one is obviously if you can get if you could stage up here. Oh jeez. If you could if you could stage up here, this is really valuable. And then if you get cleared out, this is actually really good as well. If you do the same kind of thing here. There's flanking around this way, obviously, that you can utilize. Just be careful about like timing here. But again, it's all about perimeter and setting up. Like sometimes if there's people that are flanking, you can hide in here, right? You can also, this is a really common hiding spot as well here for teams that are rotating to point. You can do what I was saying with the barrel, get up top. I mean, you don't always have to use a barrel, but you can also hide up in here. You can hide up here. You can also hide, I'm pretty sure you can hide up here. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, there you go. So you can hide up here as well. And this gives you a lot of really great windows and opportunities in scouting. I think you can hide here as well. Yeah, you can hide here as well.
Oh, nice.
And then you can just obviously jump up and over, and then like up and over like that. And then obviously if you actually manage your blinks properly, you can actually blink to the opposite high ground. So there's a lot of things that you can do, but it's all about perimeter and avoiding thinking about where they're rotating to. Are they running any flankers? And another thing you could do as well, if the team is fighting on point, this is where Tracer's the weakest, right? Because you have to do like things like this, right? You know, like, oh, it feels really, really bad if they're fighting on point. That being said, most teams don't fight on point because if it's really, really bad for everybody but Tracer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. I mean, it's really good for everybody but Tracer, excuse me. So, like, it's bad for you, but every other DPS hero, your tank, your support.
Like, imagine a Junkrat or a Forest.
Right. Even a Hanzo or a Cassidy or a Zenyatta spamming or a Reinhardt Fire Strikes, or if you're running Ramattra or, you know, Roadhog, it's like people generally don't find a point, like, once they get their brains straight up. And what that means is then if you're playing Tracer, you can always, like, threaten point pressure on Ilios. Like, Ilios point pressure is really, really, really strong on this map particularly.
Why is that on this map particularly?
Well, because if they're fighting here, generally where people want to fight is like controlling high grounds or controlling like this corner right here.
Oh, because it's gonna make them like they don't want to get capped on, so they have to touch.
So then they have to touch, and depending on who they send, you can 1v1 them. And if it's somebody that, if they send like 2 people or they send like a tank, well then you just run away,
yeah, you're winning.
Right? And then your team wins the fight over here, and then they all end up on point or and so on. Do you kind of see what I'm saying? So like point presence is actually really, really important on this map. So that's my thoughts in that one. And then for the second one, I don't know if this is Well or Ruins. Give me 1 second here.
Now arriving at Ease.
Session. Okay, sorry. So then with this one, so we're on Well here, just roll out as fast as you can. And then the most common rollout for Tracer on this one is, again, very similar, like it's the flank position. And usually that's going to be here. And the reason why it's here is because this high ground staging, if anybody else rolls out high ground, you got it. You can always drop underneath right here, right? And flank around that way. But more often than not, what you'll do is you'll be like here. You know, and you'll get to utilize.
That's interesting though, that you stage like a Winston.
Yeah, you stay. But I mean, high ground's good because it allows you to dive and flank.
Right, because you can go down, but you can't go up.
Right,
and when you're falling, you have no footsteps.
Right, and it's also harder to hear and see you, so you could be a lot sneakier. So this part of the map is okay, depending on like the comp that they're running. This rollout is also really not too bad either. So if you do roll out on this side, this isn't too bad here. Obviously, it just sucks if you run into anybody here that you can't 1v1, right? Or if they run into 2 people, then it kind of stinks.
Yeah.
So basically, you're going to kind of ping-pong from this side of the map to this side of the map. Point pressure is okay, but obviously there's not a lot of cover, and it's pretty easy for them to match you. So what you might end up doing is looking for opportunities to go around behind. You might look for opportunities to kind of go like pressure from here. But again, it's all about like controlling the flanks, controlling the off angles, using high ground when you can. And then when you're setting up for next fight, you could do things like, I'm gonna hide in here. I don't know how to get to that high ground again, actually.
Oh, I get it now. Like the setup is so important as Tracer because you don't have wall climb.
Right. So a lot of your setup,
you can't just poke out and then like climb up to the wall to the good position.
Right. So
use your resources.
Right. So what you might have to do is do something like this. Right. You either have to take like that, and then you can kind of hide up in here. I think this is like a really, really great starting spot for Tracer if you can get up in this building here, because you can either pressure them from here. You could take a 1v1 if any of them flank here, and then obviously if they do go to high ground, you can wrap around behind and then take the angle here, and then you're again on their high ground as well. So it's all about doing that. You can do this, right? And do this here. You can do the same thing on the other side as well. No pun intended. But yeah, it's just about, again, it's all about perimeter stuff, right? It's about perimeter. How can I use high ground? What are good flanks? What are good corners? And then just like paying attention to their comp. Like if I'm playing like Junkrat Reaper, I'm probably not gonna be fighting in here. I'm gonna be fighting more about like controlling the perimeter and looking for angles onto their backline.
Yeah.
And then that one's a little bit simpler. What am I doing here? I want this. And then the last one is tricky, but still like fine. Like it's still an okay Tracer map. The problem with a lot of the Ilios maps is that being fast hero on the map is really good. They're just a little bit narrow, if that makes any sense. Which means that there aren't as like your flanks are. It's harder to be sneaky on Ilios. So
yeah,
what I would probably recommend for Tracer
is like Circuit.
Yes, exactly. It's not quite as bad as Circuit, but yes, exactly like that. So this is probably going to be one of your better rollouts on Tracer, as going on this side here, getting vision here. Anybody meets you here, 1v1 them, depending on the hero, and then you can always set up from here. If they're running hit scan, now I don't know the exact rollout here. I'm sure there's a faster rollout for getting up to here.
Wait, can I even get up there? I thought that was like the Widow spot.
That's what I'm saying.
Tracer can't get to
you. I promise you there's a spot. Now you can do this. Like you can go up here. So blink across here. jump
Like if you're setting up for
right
next.
here, and then I mean you could even do it mid-fight. If this Widow knows you're there, she's gonna hear you, but there's not a lot she can do. She's gonna have to run away because you should be able to. Oh gosh. You know, you can get to like here and then just there you go. You could. So I would experiment with this a little bit. I think you might not even just. Oh, surely.
I don't know. I haven't been a big fan of double blink engages.
Right there. You
Okay,
could do
that's
that.
better, that's better.
Yeah. So you could just jump up and go onto this brick here, and then right there, and then she has to leave.
I guess against a Widowmaker, it's fine though, because you
Yeah,
don't really
I mean-
need all three.
No, you don't. And usually she's not going to be supported. If she is supported, then you can just kind of be like a, hey, peekaboo, you know. But anyway,
Yeah.
this side of the map, I like this rollout probably the best on this side here because it's sneakier.
Okay.
This side of the map
Yep.
is okay as well. You can kind of play around the mech and play around cover. You just have to be careful.
There's
And-
just so many sidelines.
Right. And you can, if you're using this side of the map, you can do this right here and wrap
Yeah.
around behind. This works pretty well. And then obviously, like, you can go into the spawn. And I think the thing with Ilios is there's a lot of, like, blink spots that I would think are good to know. So I would spend some time, there's got to be YouTube videos on them. So I would do,
Right,
I would check
like
those out.
Defran or Kabaji.
Yeah. That one as well is obviously a very popular hit scan spot. I am curious if there's a way to get onto that from behind. There has to be.
That's like the Sojourn spot.
I mean, that's kind of expensive, but it's there. Yeah, it's going to be all about, and then setting up for next fight, probably going to be something along the lines
Right.
like probably sitting in here, maybe controlling the spot here. Maybe you're in the mega, like in here. Maybe you're just
No
playing-
shot. I don't control the high ground here.
You could, yeah, you could. The only problem with high grounds is that they're generally, as opposed to the other maps, they're pretty easy to clear out. So if like they do their homework,
Okay,
they can clear
okay.
you out here, and your team can't really do anything about it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and then I just wasted. Like,
Yeah, I'm not.
HP,
No, it's good. It just depends on the comp, you know, and it depends on whether they're doing.
okay.
If they're not doing their homework, then the high grounds are unquestionably better. But obviously, like I said, your team will generally be fighting over there, as opposed to the other Ilios maps where the high grounds are closer to the point. So if they do clear you out, your team is just going to be like sitting and watching. So oftentimes you'll probably have to play more around here, and you notice this location doesn't have a lot of high ground nearby. I don't recommend starting up here, for example.
I just meant like on the top thingy.
like up here.
No, on the very top.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you can blink to the other two high grounds if you
Yeah,
want
it's fine.
to.
It's fine. Now I will say that one is more appealing because if your team close holds, which does happen on this map, like if your team is holding like here, you've seen this, right? They'll hold the stroke right here. Then yeah, that's going to be really, really, really attractive. In fact, that was actually such a big problem in Overwatch League because when teams are running dive mirrors, you could not rotate your backline. Like through it was like it would often come down to like which team won first fight.
Oh,
and,
this is just a fucking platform where you stage the dive. Yeah, that makes sense.
because teams couldn't get their backline rotated. It's like you win for fight and just win. In fact, the only way to break it was a hero that we're talking about right now, where you would have your tracer do get support and do this, or do this. Okay, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
You get here,
do that.
Yeah, go here, and then you go to point, and you point pressure,
and then you pressure them. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
and you force their tracer back, and then you blink out here, go to their spawn, grab mega, and then keep forcing your tracer to match you so that tracer couldn't dive, and eventually the tracer might get help, and then that allows your backline to rotate. So yeah, it's all about like trying to utilize the flanks and the angles in this map as best as you possibly can, all while being undercover, obviously, because your hero doesn't have a lot of range. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Good luck applying some of these. I would like look into some of the actual proper blink spots for people that actually play Tracer properly, because those are gonna be good. Don't do this. This is not. All right, man. Do you have any questions?
I guess one question. This
Sure.
is gonna be why in Overwatch League are they not playing Tracer right now, or are they playing Reaper instead?
So I don't know what they're doing in Overwatch League right now, to be honest with you. I mean, Tracer is obviously very popular in Overwatch League because there's a lot.
I meant the last stage we had.
The last stage, I mean, Tracer was played actually a great deal. Tracer was by far the third most popular DPS, I think, because she was good at controlling enemy Sojourns, pressuring enemy Kirikos. What ended up happening though is that Tracer wasn't like the Sojourn just was too. She wasn't pressurable enough. It was too easy to 1v1 Tracers with just Railgun.
Yeah.
Kiriko also did very good versus like Tracer didn't have a good matchup versus any of the heroes. And the other problem was as well is that Pulsar was just honestly not good. Reaper
'cause
had
Suzu.
Reaper had Wraith.
Suzu.
You have Suzu.
Yeah.
Lucio's impossible to stick. Sojourn hitbox is really hard to stick. And then you get your Kiriko ult, and then everybody's got Suzu a trillion times. And this was back when
I don't know.
was hard. It was hard.
I've seen people consistently stick tracers.
Yeah. That being said, Tracer was, to my knowledge, the third most popular DPS. A lot of people were still playing
Interesting.
Tracer. People were still
Yeah,
playing
because
Tracer.
that's part of the attractiveness of the characters. It's never been a character that you've not seen.
Right. Outside of like Goats, she's consistently
Yeah.
an okay swap. It is one of the best heroes in the game to one trick.
Yep.
All right, mate. Any other questions?
Nope.
All right, mate.